Yo, what is good YouTube? I am Richie Kicks, and today I'm going to be bringing you all the performance review on D'Angelo Russell's official first signature shoe with Way of Wade, the D-Lo 1. Before we get started, if you all enjoy sneaker content just like this, please do me a favor, hit that subscribe button down below and hit that bell notification button so you never miss another video just like this one. Also, if you do want to buy a pair of the D-Lo 1s, I will leave an affiliate link in the description box below. If you do purchase through that link, it does help me out directly, which is very much appreciated, so I can keep bringing you all content just like this. But anyways, let's get right into it. As always, starting off with the traction, the D-Lo 1 features a full-length tough RB or tough rubber outsole, and I'm not really sure how to describe the pattern on here. It is kind of like a herringbone, but it is slightly not a herringbone. But the real question is, how does this traction perform? In this colorway, the traction is freaking amazing. I had like pretty much zero issues with the traction on this shoe. Playing on clean courts, you're gonna have an amazing bite. Hard stops, no problems whatsoever. On moderately dusty or mildly dusty courts, you're not gonna have any issues as well. Maybe do an occasional wipe. And even on dustier courts, I was still sticking pretty damn well. Maybe there were some instances where I did a small slide to a stop, but pretty much majority of the time, I was sticking very, very well, and it still had a pretty solid bite on my dustiest of courts. Yeah, you might have to wipe from time to time on those very dusty courts, but overall traction performance for me was very, very good. One thing that you can notice though is you do have like these three like little white pods. I thought these little pods were foam at first, but they're actually rubber. And I don't know if y'all can see this on camera right now, but it is like, you can kind of see the texture on it rubbing off a little bit. So I'm not sure if this, like the white pods are made out of tough RB, but as far as the actual durability of the, this navy outsole, I think it's fine. Tough rubber, you are supposed to be able to use it outdoors. So if you did want to use these outdoors, I'd say go for it. For the price point, I don't think it's a terrible shoe to use outdoors, but me personally, if I were to use a shoe outdoors, I would want it to be as cheap as possible. But yeah, overall, the traction performance on the D-Lo 1 is very, very good. So moving on to the cushion, the D-Lo 1 features a full-length Boom midsole, and you have light foam ultra in the heel as well. And how does it feel? The cushion is pretty much what you would expect out of Boom. The way they incorporated the foam setups into this shoe, you do have like a nice little compression in the heel. You also have a nice subtle bounce in the heel and in the forefoot. It is very comfortable. You do get pretty good impact protection while still feeling pretty responsive. I've definitely felt bouncier setups of Boom before, and I wouldn't say this is the bounciest or anything. It is like a nice subtle bounce, but it is overall very, very comfortable. So yeah, I mean, this, honestly, I still felt plenty quick in this setup, right? But yeah, if you want a very springy version of Boom, this is not gonna be that. You do get a little bit of that bounce, which is nice though. So yeah, overall, the cushion setup in here is very comfortable while also still feeling very responsive. So moving on to the materials, the D-Lo 1 does feature a couple of different materials. Basically, the base layer of this shoe is gonna be like this textile upper, which doesn't feel bad at all. I think for the price, it actually does feel pretty damn nice. On top of the high wear areas, you do have like this layer of fuse, like around the toe area and where the eyelets are, just so you aren't ripping through that material when you are cranking down your laces. As you move towards the back part of the shoe, you do have this other like almost like rubbery pleather type of material. It kind of looks premium, but to the touch, it doesn't feel premium. It just feels like rubbery. But, in terms of the performance, it does get the job done just fine. Moving to the tongue, you do have this very open mesh tongue. It's not like the most padded or anything, but if you do like to crank down your laces, I didn't feel the laces digging into the top of my foot, which is awesome. And a nice detail, which kind of adds like a premium touch on this shoe, is this lace loop right here. If you all don't know already, the whole theme of the D-Lo 1 is a butterfly, float like a butterfly, sting like a bee. So you are going to see a lot of butterfly like imagery on this shoe. This lace loop is one of them, and it just looks pretty dope. And obviously it does help keep the tongue, in place as well. So yeah, I mean, overall, the material usage on the D-Lo 1 is great in terms of the quality for the price and in terms of the performance. So moving on to the fit, I would say that the D-Low 1 overall does run true to size, maybe just a tad bit long, just a very, very small bit long. But me as a slightly wide footer, I think going true to size is fine. You might feel just a little bit of narrowness up in this forefoot area, and you might feel a slight pinching right here. If that is the case, I think you could go up a half size as well and still be fine. Wide footers probably go up a half size just so you avoid any discomfort in that forefoot area. Besides that though, the fit in here was great. I wouldn't say this is like the most snug feeling shoe, but it does feel very comfortable on foot and snug enough. You don't really have any dead space in the toe box area. You do have a half booty upper, which gives you as close of a one-to-one fit as possible. And like I mentioned, this lace loop, it does help lock in that tongue as well, which gives you a more enhanced fit. Moving to the back, you don't have like a ton of heel padding, but I would say it is more than enough. So yeah, overall the fit in the shoe is good. It is snug enough for me. And just like I mentioned earlier, if you do have, wide feet, probably go up a half size. I think slightly wide footers and normal footers, narrow footers, I think going true to size is probably your best bet. So moving on to the support, I had absolutely zero issues with the support in the D-Low 1. You do have an internal heel counter with a slight heel sculpting in the back. It's more than enough to make sure your heel's not sliding around anywhere or you have any containment issues in the heel area. I didn't have any heel slippage, which is awesome. When it comes to side-to-side movement on the footbed, I think the materials do a great job of making sure your foot is not sliding around. You also have this TPU piece right here, which kind of looks like a butterfly wing because it is, which, definitely helps with that side-to-side containment. As far as hard lateral movements go, you're gonna be covered there as well. This does have a fairly wide base. This foam and rubber does protrude out to kind of form like an outrigger. And also you do have this TPU plate right here, which kind of helps cage in that foam so it's not over compressing when you are doing those hard lateral movements. And then as far as torsional rigidity and stability goes, this is pretty stiff and rigid. It's definitely more than enough. You do have a Pro Bar lock right here, which is basically this TPU shank, which just helps increase that rigidity for us, along with the TPU wing right here. So yeah, overall, the support in here is good. I personally had no issues. So yeah, support in the D-Low 1 is good. So the D-Low 1 retails for $119. And for $119, honestly, I think this is probably my favorite Way of Wade shoe. Just because you're getting a lot of performance out of the shoe. It fits my foot the best out of all the Way of Wades that I played in. And I think it looks the best too. Like, honestly, this is my favorite colorway out of the two colorways that are out right now. The other one is the Canvas colorway, and this is the Energy Drink colorway, and this looks dope in my opinion. Absolutely love this colorway. I think the overall style on the shoe is very nice as well. I really do like the butterfly themes just because they do incorporate it pretty well into the shoe. It's not like it's just like awkwardly placed or anything. Like I mentioned, you do have like the butterfly here. If I combine the shoes together, you'll see that it does form like the butterfly wing, which also looks pretty dope. And then on the back, you do have that D-Low logo, which also looks really cool because, it kind of has that actual loading sign that we see on the computer. But yeah, overall, the D-Low 1, super solid performer. Great price too, 119 bucks. You're getting a lot of tech in the shoe. And as a guard who does need to be quick and shifty, but I also value getting some of that impact protection as well. I think this does a great job of both. So yeah, the D-Low 1 is probably one of my favorites, if not my favorite shoe from Way of Wade at this moment. If I can get multiple colorways of these, I definitely will. This is something that'll definitely be in my bag and that I will play in pretty damn often. So yeah, the D-Low 1, super solid performer. I would highly recommend you all go pick up a pair. Like I mentioned before, if you do want to buy a pair of the D-Low 1s, I will leave an affiliate link in the description box below. Please purchase through that link because it does help me out directly. But yeah, that's pretty much it for this performance review. If you all like this video, please do me a favor. Hit that subscribe button down below and smash that thumbs up button for me. Leave a comment. Those really do help me out. Check out these videos over here. And that's pretty much it. Until next time, peace.